I was speaking with a good buddy of mine, and he's been living in the Dumaguete area for about a year. And what has made it work out for the most part over the year is that he had a good relationship going with a Filipina, and it was pretty much excellent throughout the year. However, in the final couple of months, it pretty much all fell apart. I won't go into all the details because that's not really the point here. There was some infidelity involved, and so of course he just cut her loose, and now he's reevaluating really whether he wants to stay in the area or not. Now, those of you who have followed my channel know that I lived for about 2.5 years there in the Dumaguete area, right around 2014 to about 2016. And then I moved on to live in Cebu again, on to Vietnam, and then again bouncing around Davao and Cebu and Bohol. And in the meanwhile, Dumaguete has changed a lot. And it's sad to say that it's not the dating prime that it was 8 years ago. It's like anything else. Dynamics always factor in. And back then, there were far less expats in Dumaguete, even though locals complained, oh, we're getting too many expats. But now there definitely are a lot of expats. So how does that change the dynamics? Well, for those of you who are kind of new to all this, your dating options are really awesome when you're in a city that has not quite so many expats. You're a very rare hot commodity, and you'll get a lot of attention. And you're more likely to find a quality woman who values you and is willing to treat you right. And of course, you want to treat her right in return. However, now that Dumaguete area, and when I say that, I'm talking about Valencia, Bacong, Dowan, Sibulan, that whole general area. Now that there are so many expats, you're not such a rare commodity. And now a Filipina has more the attitude, well, if I play games with this one, it's okay, because if he walks away, there's another one 10 feet away. And I remember back around 2015, I told several buddies of mine, if Dumaguete ever gets to be like Orange County, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. And that's kind of the situation that it is now. Now, it's still a great place to go and live and check out. I highly recommend Dumaguete as one of your first places to land in the Philippines. It's an easy, small city to navigate. There's plenty of things to do, lots of social life, the boardwalk, you got hot springs up in the mountains. You could take motorbike rides to all the resorts out in Dowan. You can just kind of chill out on the nights that they have the open marketplace in Sibulan. It's a great place to be. It's just that the dating has become a bit more of a game than what it was, say, 8 years ago. So as I was talking this over with my buddy, he's already made the decision that he's going to skip over to Bacolod. Some of you may be familiar with it. My other buddy, Gio, in the Philippines, he recently moved there from Dumaguete, and he seems pretty happy with it. So this led into a larger conversation as the two of us were discussing several of Gio's most recent videos. He just returned from fulfilling one of his bucket list items in life, which was to go on a safari in Africa. And so that's what he did. And in the process, he was surprised at just how popular expats are in Africa. Now, if you're even thinking about going to Africa, I highly suggest watch Gio's channel. I'll put a link to it here in the description. But Gio can actually show you in his videos where he went and what that experience was like. Now, part of this, as I mentioned, involved the whole dating scene. Now, African women don't really appeal to everyone, just like Asian women don't appeal to many men, and so on and so on. Everybody has their own preferences. But something you might want to keep in mind is that not all African women are dark skin. There are gradients and shades, and there are African women who are of mixed heritage and have lighter skin, and even guys that are really not into quote-unquote black women will still tell me in private conversations, well, Sade, oh my gosh, Sade is just gorgeous. or Mariah Carey back in the day when, she was in her prime. More of a light skinned mocha skin tone. So before you write off Africa as a no-go, keep in mind that they are not all really dark as you might assume. Again, I recommend that you check out Gio's channel, his videos on Africa, and you can learn more there. I've never been there, so he's the guy to go check out. Now, a third place besides Bacolod and Africa, if you're looking to just kind of do something a little bit different, a place to consider is Malaysia. Now, Malaysia has a very similar cost of living. I would say maybe a little bit less than Philippines, because you're going to get a higher quality bang for your buck when it comes to the rentals and the infrastructure in general overall. Now, on the one hand, taking a look at this in pros and cons, many of the women you will meet in Malaysia, many, not all, are going to be Muslim. But it's not like you're dropping yourself right into Iraq or Afghanistan. As one person once put it to me, Malaysia is like Muslim light, kind of in the same way that Philippines is Catholicism light. It's the claimed religion of the country, but you're going to meet a lot of Filipinos who are not really going to be sitting in mass every single Sunday. Now, one of the pros, aside from the cost of living difference from the Philippines with Malaysia, is that if you are attracted to Chinese women, but you, for political reasons or any other reasons, don't want to go to China or deal with that whole language difference, there are many Malaysian-born women who are of Chinese ancestry. And so, for all intents and purposes, you're meeting very beautiful Chinese women who are born in Malaysia. So it's a difference between their nationality and their ancestry, and that might be something that appeals to you. Now, there are plenty of other considerations before you really make it a point to settle down in Malaysia. Again, you're going to be in a somewhat Muslim country. So if you're looking for the sort of party life that you would find, say, in Bangkok, in Malaysia, you're going to be sorely disappointed. They have laws about drinking and other such things that you would do well to find vloggers. And again, check out Gio's channel. He has spent time in Malaysia. Just search through YouTube search and you can find those videos. If I remember or you remind me, I'll put links there in the description for them. So to wrap up, if you're looking at alternatives to areas of the Philippines which seem a bit played out, places like Dumaguete, Cebu City, Manila, and you want to go somewhere that you're a little bit more of a rarity and you're able to encounter good, decent women, you're not into the party thing and you're not just looking to knock them out every other day. If you're looking for some ideas to look into, consider Bacolod, consider Nairobi and Kenya in Africa, consider Malaysia. And the fourth place to consider would be, and this is something I've recommended for years, is look at the map of the Philippines. And whether you use a paint program or whatever, draw a circle around Manila, draw a circle around Cebu, draw a circle around Dumaguete, Negros Oriental area. Now, consider all the places that are not in those circles. There are plenty of small towns, small islands, places where most expats never think to go. And again, there's pros and cons. If you really need a good hospital, chances are you're not going to find them out in the middle of nowhere like Sugar Beach. So you're going to have to weigh these things out. But all this to say, if you came to the Philippines and you picked one of these high expat population areas and you're just finding yourself really dissatisfied with your dating experience, be counterintuitive. Go where there are not a lot of expats, and you will find that you have a very different positive experience.